Live from the sunny studio in downtown Jerusalem, it's the Early Morning Show with your host, Alex.
Good morning, Jerusalem, and welcome to the Early Morning Show. I am your host, Alex, and today I'm here with another very special guest. As you remember, last week we had Simon Peter with us, a follower of Jesus of Nazareth. Today we have another one of his followers with us today to share his perspective on Jesus of Nazareth. Tax collector turned disciple, Matthew.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It is an honor to be here.
Well, Matthew, we might as well address the elephant in the room. Before becoming a follower of Jesus, you were a tax collector.
Yes, that is right.
Quite a controversial line of work to take, is it not?
It certainly was. I was considered a traitor because I was a tax collector who had a reputation of cheating people out of their own money from their pockets.
So it must have come as quite a shock when Jesus asked you, no offense, to be one of his followers.
It sure was. I used to be shunned by my own people, not welcomed and accepted. That's why I knew Jesus. Well, Jesus was different. When he came over to me at my tax collector's booth, I decided to follow him right away. I went with no hesitation because for the first time in years, I felt like maybe I could be more than what people thought or expected of me.
What a moving story.
Thanks.
Jesus sure had a habit of choosing his followers from places where you would least expect it, didn't he?
Yes, we were quite an interesting bunch. That's for sure. Like humble fishermen, tax collectors like myself, even an unhinged zealot in the group. You know, those angry revolutionaries who want to overthrow the government. And some people might not know this, but there were many women who were close followers of Jesus too, like Mary Magdalene, who first saw Jesus after he rose from the dead.
Well, it sounds to me like Jesus certainly surrounded himself with those who were the lowest in society. No offense.
No. I would say that's definitely true. I was certainly seen as less than dirt by my fellow Israelites before Jesus called me. We were a bunch of nobodies, really. And God helped us see our true value. And that's part of why we're so close and loyal to Jesus.
What would you say was Jesus' most profound teaching for you?
Well, there was this one time when we were all gathered at my home for dinner, and I had invited a bunch of my friends too, other tax collectors, you know, and people that were seen as sinners. Well, there were some religious leaders there who joined us too and were complaining about the kind of company Jesus kept. And you know what Jesus said to them?
What did he say?
He said, and I quote, "It's not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick." And that he cares more about being merciful than receiving the sacrifices of the religious. Then he ended by saying that he hasn't come to call those who think they are good and holy, but those who know that they need forgiveness.
Oh, that really is beautiful. And I can understand why that meant a lot to you, since so many people saw you as so bad and unworthy.
Yeah.
No offense.
No.
But Jesus showed you that you are loved and worthy in God's eyes.
Exactly. And like you said, Jesus practiced what he preached. He didn't just say that God loves us, but he showed us God's love. No matter who we are or what our pasts are like, Jesus welcomes and accepts us. And he shows us how to be better versions of ourselves.
Well, thank you once again, Matthew, for being with us today and sharing your story about being a disciple of Jesus. I can say for myself that was a very inspiring testimony.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you've been enjoying this new segment and that you will tune in again next time for another interview with a very interesting character who also followed Jesus of Nazareth. Until then, this is Alex, your host, signing off.